Hello my lovelies and welcome to the Power of Africa. So I have with me the Happier Tinted Sunscreen. I had a lot of requests for this and this has been pending because this is not actually for my skin type and I've been pushing it for so long. But time has come and I decided let me review this one. So this is a tinted sunscreen using entirely new generation chemical filters. So before we go forward, my skin type is dry. I am reviewing this in a dry climate. My MAC foundation match is an NC40 during the summers. I can go a little bit lighter during the winters. However, I avoid MAC because it's not cruelty free and that's for your shade reference only because this is a tinted sunscreen. So this product is cruelty free and it's fragrance free. So this is kind of expensive. This is priced at 995 rupees. I've never really seen them do major sales on their website as such. However, you can get this at a good discount on Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon and wherever it is available. I've attached links in the description below. Here are the brand claims of this product. Okay, they say it seamlessly blends in, it has a radiant finish and it gives you blue light protection. This product is also certified. I'm attaching the certification shot. So they say this is non-comedogenic and non-greasy. As for it being non-comedogenic, I feel like that's a very subjective term. What is considered comedogenic for some people might not be for other people and vice versa. So they say this gives a light to medium coverage. Nowhere on the website does it say that it's sweat resistant or water resistant. So if you do want optimal protection from the sun, you are going to have to reapply this. Okay, let's get into the ingredient list of this. So our first UV filter is the third ingredient, which is titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide is a very photostable UVA and UVB filter. However, it gives much stronger UVB protection compared to UVA. After that, we're looking at diethyl hexyl butamidotriazone, which is Uvasorb HEB. It is both a UVA and a UVB filter, and it is highly photostable. So we're seeing some silicones, and right after that is aluminium chlorohydrate. This is the same ingredient which is already in Sunkee's fluid sunscreen, Sunkee's mineral sunscreen, which I've reviewed before. So this is mainly used to control oil and sweat. Now there are some people with sensitivities to aluminium chlorohydrate. If you are sensitive to aluminium chlorohydrate, then you want to skip this. If by any chance you got any rashes or stuff like that from the Sunkee mineral one, then might be a good idea to stay away from this as well. But however, not everyone is sensitive to aluminium chlorohydrate and it can actually be beneficial for people who have excessive sweating and excessive oil production during the day. Aluminium chlorohydrate is allowed by the FDA in up to 25% in cosmetic formulations. However, most cosmetic formulations stop at like below 5% when it comes to like skincare. So shortly after that, we're seeing zinc oxide, again a mineral UVA and UVB filter, again highly photostable. So this is basically a hybrid sunscreen using new generation chemical filters and mineral filters. And because there are zinc oxides and iron oxides, which is basically the tint in this formula, this also gives you blue light protection. They say that this product is silicone free. However, I do see dimethicone in here and vinyl dimethicone, and so I'm a little bit confused. Those are technically silicone based emulsifiers, which kind of help fuse everything in the formula together. This product also has Thermus thermophilus extract, which is basically used to give you IR protection, which is infrared protection, which is the damage that you get from heat. The way this works is the bacteria in the Thermus thermophilus really like heat, and the bacteria become like a pillow and they kind of protect your skin when there's heat because they absorb most of it and they love the heat. I'm not going to get too technical into it, but when this extract is on our skin and there is heat in the form of IR on our skin, okay, it automatically releases an enzyme which promotes antioxidant activity on your skin. So the more heat on our skin, the more antioxidant activity is increased. That's how this particular extract works, and you will see it in a lot of skincare as well. I think the Kiehl's mineral sunscreen has it, the Requil tinted mineral sunscreen has it. So yeah. So we're seeing a ton of other antioxidants here. We're seeing beetroot extract, we're seeing ceramide 3, by the way. We're seeing cottonseed extract, which is also antioxidant. It's calming. We're seeing pomegranate extract, antioxidant. We're also seeing trehalose, which is a humectant and antioxidant, and we're seeing phytic acid, which is an antioxidant. Again, milk peptides, which are more on the smoothing and soothing properties. Overall, the formulation has great antioxidants in it. There are no major comedogenic ingredients in this product. However, I'll go ahead and list or underline any potentially comedogenic ingredients. So I'll go ahead and show you the texture of this. This is surprisingly lightweight. It's like a very lightweight gel creme consistency. The tint, as you can see, is very sheer, trust me. That's how tinted sunscreens are supposed to be. Any tint which is stronger than this or thicker or more medium coverage will leave your skin looking cakey if you use the right amount of sunscreen on your face. So they got this right. When it comes to a sheer finish, this is beautiful. So in my previous experience with literally this exact same pump, which most brands use, one pump is half gram product, so that kind of helps you understand how much 1 gram is, and you need at least a gram of sunscreen per application to give you the best results. So let me go ahead and apply this to half of my face. So one thing is, this product does tend to get tiny clumps within the tube, like in the product itself, and when you squeeze it out, you kind of see like little chunks of the sunscreen, which you'll kind of have to either remove or try to blend in. It's not that problematic, but it does happen. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I've literally just been talking to you and it's absorbed very nicely. It gives a very nice glow to the skin, but I wouldn't say it's like tinted heavily. It just looks like a healthy glow. So I'm gonna go in with the other side of my face. As for pilling, the only product on my face right now is the Dot & Key Barrier Repair Moisturizer, and it doesn't pill if it's just with the moisturizer. But when you do start sweating later in the day and you start secreting oil, and then when you try to reapply the product, I've seen it pill. It did pill then, so it's a little bit tricky. It's kind of a hit and miss with the pilling on this one. So I can't entirely say that it does not pill at all, because in some situations it will pill. The coverage of this tinted sunscreen is very little. I would give it literally a 1 or a 2 on 10. However, that's actually a good thing when it comes to sunscreen. You should always prefer lighter tints than heavier coverage. I feel like it absorbs very well, blends very easily, absorbs very quickly, and it does give you a nice shine to your face. Now, if you are somebody with dry skin, I understand that this looks very tempting, but I would not recommend it for you. I am somebody with dry skin and it can be quite drying for me. However, if you're somebody with normal skin, combination skin, or especially oily skin, in summers where it's hot and humid, then you might really enjoy this sunscreen. If you plan to use this sunscreen, whoever you are, whatever skin type you have, if you're planning to use this sunscreen, please do moisturize nicely at night when you get this off. You do not necessarily need to double cleanse with this one, though it would be a good idea if you do. So again, moisturize very nicely at night, because aluminum chlorohydrate can again be drying, and you definitely need to replenish your skin during the night. As for which skin tones can use this, in my opinion, because the tint is very minimal, any skin tone can use it, and ideally it should not give you a white cast at all. As for reactions, after a few days my skin starts to itch a little bit, but that's because my skin is really dry and this kind of dries me out. But I don't see any breakouts or comedones from this in my usage of this product. So if you found this video helpful, please hit that like, share and subscribe button. You can also follow me on Instagram @ and until we meet next time, lots of love. Stay healthy, stay hydrated.